1, 2, 3. We want to welcome everybody to Mom and Dad Talks. Our favorite two people are Mom and Dad. And we have Auntie. Welcome back, Auntie.
Thank you.
Yeah, we missed you.
Oh, you're not going to welcome me back neither?
Oh, that's right. You and Mom were gone last week. It was just Carlin and myself.
Oh, my
bad. Mom and Dad, welcome back to your own show. Yes. Well, we welcome you back, but we got to say goodbye to one of our beloved brands. AdventistToday.org has wrote this article, April 23rd, 2025. It says this: beloved Adventist brand Loma Linda Foods files for bankruptcy. Atlantic Natural Foods has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the United States. The company produces 6 plant-based retail brands. One of them is Loma Linda, Chik'n, Tuno, Neat, Kaffree Roma. Watch out for your people who like Roma. And Modern Menu. Established in 1890 by John Harvey Kellogg. Loma Linda is particularly known for its long-standing legacy in vegetarian meat substitutes, making it popular among Adventist communities. And if you are an Adventist or you like vegetarian food, you've probably been exposed to this wonderful brand. No more Big Franks.
Right. Roma too?
Yeah.
That's what I drink.
Well, you're going to have to either buy the brand, sell your house to buy the brand, Hanty, so you can make it so. Or you're going to have to buy a lot of it.
So, buy a lot of it?
Yeah, you got to stockpile. Yeah, you have to buy a stockpile and just hope they don't run out.
Where am I going to buy a stockpile?
Well, that's a good question. I think that was part of the problem. When you're stuck, a lot of stores have been closing, and as you know, in the Adventist community, the ABC stores, they used to have it. A lot of those shut down.
Right.
Just kind of sped up that process a little bit. A lot of people buying online, and you have an aging population that grew. I mean, I remember going to Apple Valley. Big Franks were good. I mean, they were delicious. I mean, so now you got no Big Franks. Roma's gone. You got some of the other stuff. I didn't like the Tuno too much, so they could have done something else. But
forgotten it.
Yeah, but like I said, the Big Franks will be missed. And Roma, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Resort back to all beef. No.
Mom is back to meat eating, everybody. Just to let everybody know that.
I just
hamburgers are us.
I just said that to just say for an answer. It's not that I really mean it.
You do eat a little burger every now and then, Mom. You just eat more of it because
or a little chicken wing every now and then.
Yeah, a little chicken wing.
Yeah, just too much. Don't. I don't want to get back into the habit of eating meat all the time.
Right.
But I do know how to do some vegetarian gluten.
But it's not going to be like the Loma Linda brand, Mom.
Right.
I mean, how you going to make Big Franks? Did you like Big Franks?
Dream about them.
I mean, they made great, little. Did you make that salad dish, Mom, where you just kind of mush it up with the fork and stuff and put it with some stuff?
Done that. Not lately, but I had.
Big Frank salad.
Yeah, the Big Frank salad. Yeah, I mean, Dad, you're kind of quiet on it, but we'll get to you in a second. Auntie.
Yes, Todd.
I mean, you got a smile on your face. Well, how you feel? I mean, you grew up with this. Your children were raised with this.
Yes, they did. But a little story. Mm-hmm. I was gone. I was in Nashville for 10 days.
10 days. That's why we.
And I guess I'm not committed to non-meat eating.
Mm-hmm.
So I was eating, whatever my son cooked, and he tends to cook more non-meat. He cooks vegetarian, and that's because his wife is a vegetarian, and the kids understand.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, do they like chicken. And so last Friday, Carlin and I had some time to ourselves. He wanted to get the car washed and blah, 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 blah. And I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. because I was, near my kids, and I should have been on top of the world, but I wasn't feeling right.
You just were out of balance.
I was out of balance because I had all that vegetarian, and I'm not complaining about my son's cooking. All of us, when we went through the car wash, I said, Carlin, I know what's wrong with me. I need a hamburger. Do you know my whole emotion changed after he drove me to Dairy Queen, and we got what we got, and
you had to confess changed. Your sin and had to get that hamburger, Hanty.
Well, and then years ago, Jennifer had read the book on carnivorous, those who were raised on meat, and that's what this is in their system. That's what makes them roll. That makes me roll. After I had it, I was fine. I could have vegetarian for the rest of my time there.
So all those that want to date my auntie when she gets agitated, give her a burger.
Not necessarily, because it comes and goes.
Oh, it comes and goes. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to have it every meal.
Just every now and then. Yeah,
every now and then.
Yeah, I understand.
When a person decides they're going to go vegetarian, there is something in the system that you have to adjust to. Adjusted to, and it's not that I said I don't want to eat any more meat, but I prefer not eating
it's a healthier diet, everybody.
Yes, it is.
It is a healthier diet. We're not advocating. Yeah.
Personally, I feel that when you have a craving for some meat, real meat, I don't think there's anything wrong with eating it just to satisfy that part. But
as long as it's clean, and for those of you who don't know,
but you can get back in the swing of eating meat. But I'm just saying that if you been a vegetarian and you say, hey, you know what, I want a little meat, it can satisfy you, and then I'm good. I can go
on for 2 months. Amen.
I can carry on.
And it doesn't have to be a whole lot.
No.
Just a taste.
Right. Yeah.
So Dad, you've been quiet this whole entire time. It's like I don't think you care if Loma Linda went away.
So to answer your question before Adele answers, number one, I'm not surprised, and number two, it doesn't make me sad because it was so high, ridiculously high priced. It'd be cheaper to go and get a hamburger.
Well, that was the truth. I mean, it was costing $20 a can. It was getting ridiculous. Like, what? I can't, my family was starved on $20 a can. Now I understand why they were charging $20 a can. It's like, wow.
At least we know what it's like.
Yeah.
Okay, Dale.
Well, I would say that the body is trained to digest certain types of food.
Well, hold up, Dad. Before you get into that part, Dad, the question was, you could care less if Loma Linda went away.
Well, it concerns me because...
Well, you made it personal, Todd.
It's staple. It's a staple of our Adventist brethren, but
Dad, we're not going
it's like with Ovaltine. Growing up watching Captain Midnight, Ovaltine became the drink. Well, now that Ovaltine is gone, I don't miss it.
So Dad, you tell me you're not going to miss it, Loma Linda foods at all?
No, I'm not going to miss it. I'm not going to miss it.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Del.
So what will he resort to since he won't miss it?
Well, I mean, this is the other thing too. Your competition has gotten bigger and healthier, right, and tastier.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, let's understand. You got Beyond Meat, you got the Impossible Burger. Whatever ranks you feel like, you got so many vegan varieties now. A lot of people are going to that diet that you have to compete, and it's more healthier. I mean, remember, even though you were off of meat, the salt content sometimes was a little high in the meats we bought.
Right, the sodium was very high.
So now you got people concentrating on that, going the vegan route. It just takes a lot of twists and turns, and you can understand why eventually the pathways that you had before dried up, those outlets, right?
Mm-hmm.
The price got too high, where and then you start the value stream started to go down. I mean, Mom, you're complaining today about the chocolates being too small. That's a big deal.
The can was shrinking from 8 to 4 in a
They
can.
don't even taste like the chocolates that we used to have.
It's probably because of the cost of what it takes to make it. They were
Crammed in that little can.
Yeah, they were trying to substitute and pass it off. And sometimes you do find in restaurants, it starts off really good, but then the cost goes high, and they want to keep it down. They got to change some of the ingredients that they get them from.
Now with that coming out about Loma Linda Foods going bankrupt, now I understand when I go on Amazon, when I went on Amazon to order vegetarian food, that they did not have it on there, have it for sale. So now I understand now.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to go what's left at Apple Valley. That's located
No, they don't
in
have
Berry
any.
Springs, Michigan. They're not even at Apple Valley no more.
They're frozen. Somebody I was talking to said she was in there yesterday. She said even the frozen foods are empty. Yep. And along with the canned goods. So
Now, for our audience who don't know about this lifestyle that we have, Apple Valley's in Berrien Springs, Michigan. Big proponent of Loma Linda Foods, Worthington, all those brands there. They were early forerunners of what you see today in supermarkets and stuff, but it was more of a healthier market. They didn't have any meats in there and stuff. So that's where we used to get our supply of Loma Linda Foods and everything like that. And we had the colleges, a lot of Adventist colleges had these places where you could buy these cans of food and stuff, as well as different places in the areas depending on where you're at. A lot of those areas dried up. And so now how do you get your stuff into Walmart? Pretty much your stuff, if you can't get your stuff in Walmart, or you don't have an online presence, or for those of you who are boycotting Target, you're probably not going to do well with Target, so we're going to leave them out of the discussion. Look at Albertsons or Kroger's. If you don't get your stuff in these very few places here for people to try it on the shelves at a reasonable price, they're going to overlook it. And plus two, people who are used to eating meat, that's the reason why I know people get mad at Beyond Burger and Impossible Burger, but it's a great transition for you.
Yeah.
And it's a healthy transition for you.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. At least you're not eating the full-blown meats and stuff like that. So when you add that to the complexity of it, the competition ran, your places that normally people buy or like the flavor dried up, online presence, cost, it puts you in a real pickle. What are your final thoughts on this subject?
Oh, wait. You said something. I need clarification.
Yeah.
Boycott Target. We're supposed to boycott.
Well, that's another mom and dad talks for another time. So what happened is, for those of you who are listening on that, DEI, Al Sharpton was approached by Target to discuss the boycott because they got rid of DEI. And I don't know how that went. We'll save that for another mom and dad talks and stuff like that. But a lot of Black people have not shopped at places that got rid of DEI and are happy to get rid of it, because diversity, equity, inclusion should be a staple of what you want. Because the more variety and the more places you have to choose from, when you go into a bad spot, you can pull from different ideas. I mean, even where I work at, I like a variety of people to work for. Why? Because if I am going in the wrong direction or the right direction, I want to hear those other things to get the best idea out. Because unfortunately, I don't know if Loma Linda had enough variety on their board to change direction. And this is how companies generally go down. I don't know, but generally how companies go down, they don't have enough diversity on there to change direction, even though you're making money, and you will die. It's been proven you will die. Yeah, you can try to use your processes and what you have, but they will get outdated. Look at Sears. It's called the Willis Tower now. No more Sears. No more Kmart. Like I said, at the end of the day, you got to have a variety to get new ideas, and those new ideas will win, because the world is about doing things different. This is how it works, folks. Impossible Burger's killing it. Beyond Burger, I mean, we just looked at that. The man who owns Beyond Burger, he's killing it.
Plant-based.
You know what I'm saying? This was established since 1890, and you could have had a stronger foothold had you tried to do something different with a variety of people. I'm just saying I don't know. Don't want to get in trouble, but we don't know. But generally speaking, when you do go down, you don't have enough variety, but of thought. So, like I said, I don't know what happened. Just let everybody know that, but it's something that I hope people who have business consider. Just have enough diversity in your ranks to get ideas. But didn't want to go down to that bottleneck there. Weren't prepared to talk about that tonight. But anyway, last thoughts on Loma Linda Foods.
The last thought.
Yes.
I'm disappointed in that I cannot buy their product. Maybe there's a couple stores here in town that still have Loma Linda Foods on their shelves. So I'm going to check. I'm going to check that out and get as much as I can from that store that have it.
And it might help Loma Linda out. So those of you, hopefully they can fix the situation. If you like the foods, please go out there and try it. You may like it. I know Mom and Auntie, they love Roma. Dad, not so much. But Auntie, what are you going to miss about Loma Linda Foods?
Well, I was buying Carlin and Robin Roma because they used it. And I was looking the other day for my extra jar. I guess I gave it to them. I don't know.
Uh-oh. It's like
so,
you be starving.
So I'm low, but I still have, I started back buying Postum. But not on a regular basis. I still have the first one that I bought after they went down. So I'm not scared of I'm not frightened of it. I know that I will probably still eat. I wasn't, like you said, that it was high in sodium, and those of us with high blood pressure, it's better to take it easy on that. So I guess I'm not gonna cry. I will probably miss it because I do get a taste for vegetarian too. I like scallops.
Oh man, scallops. Try that every.
Yeah. I should probably buy me a case of that. But
yeah, I mean, so when you get agitated, you can just pop one of them cans, knowing that when it's all done, there's none left. And after that, you just got to just remember it in your head. Dad, I don't think you're going to miss anything on that.
I think I still have a couple of cans of Big Franks in the pantry there.
I like the Big Franks.
I do too.
I'm gonna miss them.
I do too. We had some the other night with a boiled dinner with potatoes and cabbage,
and that was very nice.
So hopefully you get some more. Hopefully something gets better out of this. Or
and they don't have to be granted bankruptcy, do they? They're just filing for it.
Yes.
But I don't know. I've never filed for bankruptcy. So after you file, you have to be granted by a judge or something that your bankruptcy is granted. I think. So
whoever is on wants to be on Mom and Dad Talks to help educate our audience on bankruptcy, please reach out and contact us. Like and subscribe. Let us know. Hey, I can give you some information. That'd be a great topic.
Yes, it would.
Especially a lot of jobs are getting lost right now, and
it would be informational.
We probably need to get that information, unfortunately, out for a lot of people who need to hear that, unfortunately. So, like I said, I've never been there, and we haven't been there, but, this is what we're just hearing and learning. So, with that in mind, for those of you who don't know, in the Bible, in Genesis, okay, in fact, I think it's Genesis 1 or 2 or 3, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm just doing off the top of my head right now. The nuts, fruits, and grains were the original diet that God designed for us. We were never designed to eat meat. And for a lot of people, they're saying, well, Todd, things died on the cross for the Jews. Well, let's understand, meat was given or allowed to even before the flood. Why? Because you saw the clean and unclean animals. So before Jew came on existence, there was clean and unclean animals.
Mhm.
When you look in Deuteronomy, when you look at Leviticus and stuff, it talks about clean and unclean meats. That's what
Leviticus
the Bible
11.
says. A lot of people want to go to Acts and say, well, you know what? God erased all that. You can eat everything. No, he hasn't, folks. If you study it correctly, he was talking about people, and God used as an example that. So, you know, I love to have, if you love to debate, whatever, hit me up and we'll definitely have a talk on this. But we're going to miss our beloved brand. Hopefully things work out for it. Because like I said, that's a big blow.
Sure is.
What I remember growing up. Not that I was a big fan of Roma, but every now and then I went to Roma. That's probably the reason why it went, because it wasn't something I needed. Now that post, my mom and Hanty would kill post. My grandmother would kill post. She'd post them every morning. It's like just about.
Your grandfather loved it.
Yeah. So.
He did.
He loved it. After we close, I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah. So anyway, though, till next time, go out there and get some clean. Study this stuff, folks. Try to change your diet up. Get healthier. I want everybody to get healthy. All right. Till next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks.